Okay. Come on, let's see if we can get Colton on here. Bear with me here, folks. I know last time it was real funny, waiting. We got some people joining in. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining in. Waiting for Colton here. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Been running it lately. Had a couple clinics this weekend. It was all fun. Hopefully you guys went out and got some dirt bike riding in. Let me know where. Pop some wheelies. Waiting for Colton to come on here. Let's see here. Oh, Annie. No requests. Let's see. Oh. Call me media specialist because I am very special at media. Technology and such is not my cup of tea, but I'm getting better. So thanks for bearing with me. Hi, Katie. Thanks for the help with that client the other day, Katie. Melissa recently got my backdrop set up a little bit better. I got a plant, the Rhino, of course, the Rhino. One of my old helmets, trophies, good stuff. Diane, hi. Thanks for joining. Should mustache rides start for $5 a pop? I'm joined now. What the hell do I do? Colton says. Okay, good. Well, at least Colton and I are in the same. It's all right, Colton. We're gonna get there, buddy. Hard to believe that we're the old guys. Hey, we did it.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
I'm in Prague right now.
What are you doing?
Just trying to wake up. It's like 5 p.m. I'm just getting over my hangover.
Did you guys throw down a little bit after the race last night?
Always, man. What do you think this is? You gotta play hard, ride hard, you know?
Well, if it's anything like
I
endurocross.
listened to Spenny's interview. I thought I had to have more fun, because he's just having way more fun than the rest of us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, he is. Well, I know, and endurocross this year we didn't do too much partying because we were just going from one race to the next, and I'm like, what happened to the old party days?
What? What are you talking about? I was having a blast every round. I had my shirt off. I don't know if you remember, but shirts came off a lot.
I remember seeing that. Well, we were having fun, but it's definitely good for
I
serious.
also apologize for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Well, I'm Casper the Ghost out there.
Yeah, everybody had to put their sunglasses on. No worries.
For sure.
How was the last two rounds of Super Enduro, man?
Yeah, pretty much. Riza's pretty sick. Like the event that here in Germany, the crowd's always good. The dirt's always good. And yeah, obviously I was in battle for like second in the title after Billy just kind of did a number on us this year, and I felt like I was coming into the last round like a little bit more trained, a little bit more fit than the rest of the series. But yeah, so I got second the first night, and then this last night, Johnny and I were tied going into the last rounds on second for the title. And man, I just kind of threw it away when I was in position in the second race, had a crash, and let him kind of swoop in and grab that, and then yeah, so it's all good though, third in the championship, and I had a good time, and we did our best.
Well, that's all that matters. As long as you're out there doing your best and you're having fun, that's really all that matters. And Johnny Walker is no slouch himself, and the fact that he was there to capitalize on the mistake and
Yeah,
take it is like, okay, well, I guess that's just the way it goes. And it kind of seems like Billy is just smashing it lately too. So there's no shame in that, I guess.
yeah, no, I mean, Billy obviously was on another level. Just he can kind of do whatever he wanted to do at any time, and looked really comfortable, really confident. Um, and yeah, I think no excuses on my end, and nothing to take away from him. I definitely wasn't myself or my normal 100% self throughout this series. The winter was kind of tough, and then throughout the season they had postponed races. And I'm living in the snow now. And it'd be very difficult for me to like train for a race that wasn't for sure going to happen, right? Because last year they postponed races and then they just canceled, right? And so now the same kind of situation. I was like, if they cancel this race, how can I live my life the next 2 months training like the race is a guarantee,
Right.
and I couldn't even ride in Coeur d'Alene in winter. I'd have to come and hang out with you for 2 months. I don't know if you were down for that, but yeah, I would have had to
Yeah, dude.
basically, you know,
I got
leave
a
the
spot for
family at
you
home
whenever.
for a while.
I know that you're done with endurocross for a while, but come endurocross season, I got a spot for you, and I got my facility, and I just had 200 tons of fresh sifted topsoil brought in, so the track
Wow.
is mint. Yeah,
That's
so come on
awesome.
out.
Yeah, you're getting serious. You're like redoing the Hacienda compound like I had.
Well, when you're at this stage in your career, you want it to be fun. You want to be riding a good track. You want to have the ability to change the track. Like, I don't want to be riding some beat, dusty track to train. I want to be able to enjoy it at least. So, that's my
No, for
thoughts.
sure. Yeah, it's important.
It
No, it's
is.
important, and it's always good, to have that stuff dialed in, because when it's your own and you can go out there and you can mess with it and you can kind of work on the things that you feel like you need to work on, and it's fun. Like it's fun to be able to do that, right? Fun to mess with it, think about it, see it, and yeah, and then make
Yeah,
it get better.
100%. That's my thoughts exactly. So,
Yeah.
um,
Well, getting back to basically this season, like yeah, Billy was sick. The rest of the year was pretty gnarly, like with Taddy, Cody, myself, Manny in the beginning, and man, three of the guys ended up out by the end, right? The last race last night, there was just Johnny, myself, and Billy, the survivors. Everybody else got injured, so
Supercross.
goes to kind of show you like the level, dude. The level was kind of high, like just pushing, and if you had like a mistake, a crash, I mean, like we saw Saturday night, two guys on the same obstacle broke both their wrists. Like, dude, crazy.
Crazy. Totally crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
the level's high. You guys are on the limit. You guys are finding the edge. When that's the case, if you're off by a matter of inches, it could be a problem.
Yeah, yeah. So that was a bummer for them. Bummer they're not going to see Cody at Page.
I
That's a
know.
kind of bit of a hit to the series.
Speaking of Paige, one question that I did want to ask you was, you go straight from the US Hard Enduro Series last year to the Endurocross Series, and then straight back into Super Enduro, and then now you're going to go jump straight back into 2022 US Hard Enduro Series. Bro, I mean, I can barely handle racing one series anymore. How is that on just the mental fatigue, the mind, the body? That's hard work.
Yeah. I just to give you an example, like the night before both of the races this weekend, just the jet lag alone had me up till 4 a.m. both times. I couldn't. I'm in the room trying to sleep. I just couldn't. I just could not sleep. I was wide awake,
Oh,
and so I fell asleep at 4 a.m. on yeah, both nights before both races, and it is not ideal, right? So I'm definitely running a little bit ragged, and and it's like I'm over here, I'm over there, and I'm kind of jumping all around as well as I was trying to get out of the snow to race this series. So this whole month, I land from this race. I end up landing Wednesday, and then I leave, Thursday to come to Page. So this month alone, I'm home like 4 total days.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. Luckily, the first week of this month, I actually went to California to ride and take the family on a vacation. So we went to San Diego, back to kind of the old stomping grounds, and rode at Chalky Mountain Ranch, and went to the zoo and did SeaWorld, and just kind of like blended it all, right? Like did the family thing and did the training, and kind of just tried to do it all for that week. So that was good. We had a good time, and that's probably the hardest thing, right? Is being gone. I don't mind traveling. I don't mind the time zone differences, actually. Like not going to sleep till 4 a.m. sucks, but I can deal, right? I can deal. But when I'm away from the family, honestly, nowadays life is kind of difficult away from them. So
yeah, for sure. And not to mention, like it's hard to get that break and that recharge to come back to be motivated at the races, especially when you have for the Hard Enduro Series, for example, you have a series opener, and as we all know, coming into the series opener, it's like it's important to have a good solid finish and just like to show up kind of fresh and like super motivated and ready to go, because you want to go out there and you want to throw it down. And then when you're just dragging yourself in there from the last race, it makes it that much harder. But you and Cody and you know really just you and Cody have proved that you guys can do that. You guys can somehow just keep going, and I don't know how you do it, but
that's all good. Yeah, I lost you for a second. Hey man, my new motto lately has been kind of as long as the music's still playing, I'm just gonna keep dancing. And once the music stops, then it's time to go home, right? Closing time is gonna come on, and it's gonna be game over. But until the music stops, I'm just gonna be out there still dancing away. So
that's good.
yeah, as long as basically all that means is as long as opportunities are in front of me, I don't see the point in stopping doing all of it, right? Doing it all.
What about the switch from the four-stroke to the two-stroke? Is there going to be anything weird there? Do you need time to figure that out, or do you have enough time on that thing in the past where you can just get on, adjust, and be good to go?
It's difficult. It's not super easy jumping back and forth between two-stroke and four-stroke because the bikes are so much different in suspension and like handling of the
Yeah.
wheel. Like when I jump on the two-stroke, it feels so soft, and when I jump on the four-stroke, it feels so stiff, and it's kind of crazy. Like the couple times I rode Supercross and did like straight rhythm a couple years back, and I put Supercross, obviously I had Supercross suspension on the bike, and just riding in the parking lot, I was like, how am I even going to like ride with this stuff? It's so stiff. And then after 3 days of riding with it, it felt normal, right? It felt like I'm like, oh, okay, now this feels normal. I could actually, but if you don't give yourself a lot of time, right, of adjustment, it makes it tough. So.
Yeah. Well, the good news is there's a riding area. You can ride the old course across the street from the new race. So if you need to go out there and get dialed in, you have time to go out there. Niter will be here, so you can go ride with him a little bit. And it's
Oh,
gonna
me and Niter. That's awesome. He's coming out. It's crazy.
yeah, I know, right? He's still at it. Such a savage. Well,
Yeah.
so you're
So,
feeling good coming into Page. You're ready to go. Sounds
yeah.
like
I
you're
mean,
still motivated. You got keeping that fire burning, and it sounds like you're motivated and ready to go. You got all these young guns coming up, and all they're doing is like thinking about hard enduro, training for hard enduro, dreaming about hard enduro. They're not even chasing any girls anymore. They're just thinking and talking about hard enduro.
dude, I know they need a little bit of spending in their life. I mean, come on.
Right?
No, it's cool to see, man. It's good to see the next gen
Yep.
coming up, right? Because
Yep.
I was that kid, obviously, and we all have those aspirations, right? As a young kid growing up and wanting to get to that level, and it's motivating to see them getting there and getting up to that point, and also seeing their new techniques. You know, like with Billy, for example. You see his riding, you see his technique, and it's like another step in a direction that maybe is implemented through his own skills and the way he rides the bike, but he's also built off of basically Taddy and myself and Cody, and he's just another version of all those guys mixed up into and then adds his own flair to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's what happens, right? I mean, that's what a naturally progression is, and I think we're getting some history in the sports. So now guys are like, oh, I want to ride like Jarvis, but I also like the way Manny does this, so I'm going to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I'm going to add it together, and then that's what you're getting with these kids, with like LeBlond and Reardon, and even Spenny, and
I know, like, what more could you ask for? I mean, in a lot of ways, it's such a hats off to you and Cody and Billy and Taddy and Manny and all the guys that have been killing it, because these guys are modeling themselves after you guys. They're modeling themselves after you guys, your riding, your life, and they want to be like you. So in some ways, it's the biggest compliment. And it's great to see that there's young kids that love the sport enough that we loved so much to come up and be motivated enough to really dedicate their life towards it and get better. But then you still got to line up with them. And then it's like, okay, well, now I got to pinch one of you guys out.
Hopefully still teach them a couple of things, right? Maybe they still have a couple of things to learn, but no, it's awesome to see. I think it's going to be they're picking up all the right techniques. They're doing all the right things, I think. And we'll see where we kind of end up at Page. It's going to be obviously a long race. Is it still 4 hours? Like what's going on?
Yeah, he's doing like 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours.
Aren't you so glad that you're just media guy right now?
I am so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so happy to be
doing this. 6-minute races. Now we're going 4 hours. So
turn your minutes to hours, man.
Basically went from a sprinter to a marathon guy. So
is your goal to come in and wipe everybody out, or is your goal to come in and find out where you're at and see what you need to improve on? Like, what's your mindset? What's your goal coming in?
Yeah, so I'm old enough to know kind of like where I'm at with everything, and I have to be realistic about my approach and my goals, right? I definitely also learned from last year that my hands did not hold up at all during this race. So I was charging pretty hard, but also by the end of the race, just a lot of blisters, and my hands were ruined. So you're not going to be able to really finish very strong if your hands are getting blown out. So I think that's key. So I think maintaining like a good pace, not basically losing your bike off the bigger obstacles, right? So last year, a couple people lost their bikes on the bigger slabs.
I did. Yeah,
I did too. So I blew the headlight off and stuff like that. So, I mean, each time you do these events, you learn a little bit more, and then just trying to be realistic about what's happening, right? So I'm traveling from Prague. I land. I'm home for 24 hours. I fly to St. George. I drive to the event. I ride it on Friday, and then I gotta be ready to go to race on Saturday. So it's going to be a long excursion for me, but hopefully we stayed steady fast in the during the race. So
yeah. Well, listen, man. I as a fan of the sport, we appreciate the effort that you put into this. Thank you for showing up to the races. Thank you for getting on live today. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you out there. I'll see you on for Thursday or Friday. Let's make sure to link up and just say what's up. And good luck. Go out there, kill it, keep it tight, focus on the next obstacle, and get her done.
Yeah, dude, thanks. I appreciate it. No, it's good to be on here. It's good to see the series, basically adding you to the series, them taking control of it. Seeing the guys that are involved and backing it is cool. Obviously, I think this is a step up from last year. It sounds like it's going to be a little bit more consistent. It's a bit of a bummer. It sounds like we might have a few races that are maybe potentially not happening, but either way, it's good to see this sport growing in the U.S. and these races are starting to gain some traction. Some people are getting behind it. This is what we need. We need to
Yep.
do this in outdoors and indoors, and we need to, be the spokespeople for what it is,
Yep.
and
100%.
and bring people back in and get them interested all over again. So it's good to see. Good job on your part, and thanks for having me. Thanks for the call. Thanks for reminding me.
Thank you, man. No worries at all. Seriously, it's all good. I'll see you in Page, and hey, safe travels. Drink lots of water. It's all good.
Yeah, cool, man. Have a good one. Thanks, guys. See ya.
All right, brother. See you. Thank you, guys.
Closing time. Closing time. That's it. Music's over. Peace.